Well, greetings to you, my friends, one and all. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful spring day here on the Bayou. We're still about 3 weeks away from equinox, but at 80 degrees plus, it's spring here in South Louisiana. So thank you for joining me on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and we have some awesome pay dirt to get into today. I'm really excited about it. From a YouTube channel, Prospector Paul. If y'all have not seen him, I'm going to link on the description below to check him out. But this is a man that goes out there and gets it done. And we've got some of his special pay dirt that he made up for the channel and sent to me. So very excited to do that. Thank you so much, Paul. I have to say I'm a bit torn enthusiastically wise today because I'm about to have to do battle with YouTube again. They have blocked my 1 year of Friday night videos that I put out on February 3rd. I got the notice yesterday for medical misinformation, according to them. And this is the message they send. As you can see, they don't specify what the problem is, or that we think that you have something. You know, they can't even define it. So I had to take them down once when they pulled the Trump under attack video that they blocked, and they've done it again. I went back and looked at it. We discussed on there, I brought up the number of young people dying, falling down dead. There's been 6 more since last week that have come up on videos, by the way. But I never said specifically it is from this. I asked the question that everybody is avoiding, but I never implied that it was directly, and I did not use any of the words for the China thing. So yeah, they're doing their usual fascist shit, and I know it's stuff that I've heard on channels that have, you know, hundreds of thousands of views on them that I watch on these conservative opinion channels that I like, black conservative, and like I said, the Quartering, ABL, Anthony Brian Logan, Officer Tatum, you know, have called out these things. Black and White Sports calls them out all the time. So yeah, and again, like I said, I've seen 6 more of these deaths, you know, 18 to 31 over the last week. So yeah, so I'm, like I said, I'm about to go after them. So it gets kind of, you know, it kind of dulls your enthusiasm for doing anything on YouTube when you know, you've got to, you know, they can pick any word you say and go after your video. And like I said, this got 400 views on it, and from February 3rd, it took them that long. So at any rate, like I said, I'll keep you updated on you know, what happens with that. But for today, again, so cool to have some stuff from Prospector Paul. So let's turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana and check it out here. X marks the spot for some awesome. It's the Alaska state on. He's got stickers with Arizona and Alaska, and I asked him on the I think in the chat, and he said yes. This is some of his Alaska pay dirt. So very cool. So we will be getting, and as you can see, again, we are in the full winds of March today. It is just ripping, and it's just not good to have the sticker board up here today. So better safe than sorry when you got it full of stuff. And like I said, it's hard enough to keep it from blowing my camera over. So let's break this open and see. Again, he's got the cool heavy bag. I can feel some big chunks of stuff in there. That's pretty awesome. That is tight. Let me see where my chompers are. All right, well, I got a blade handy, so that should work just fine. I say that. There we go. Oh, man, check out the colors showing up first thing, looking down that bag. That is awesome looking looking stuff just from what you see right there. So let us get out we'll get out our big blue pan here for this one. Little positioning. And just check out what comes out of this. Oh man, he has got some, look at those, some cut geodes. Check that out. Rough peridot, micas. I think that is that, I think that's copper ore. Very, very cool. Quartz with the mic. I think that's mica layer in between sandwiched. Look at that. It's got the quartz crystals on the top, and it's sandwiched in between. It's got a layer, looks like a layer of the rock on the bottom. Check that out. I'm not sure if that looks like kind of like aquamarine even. Very cool. More peridot. Oh man, Paul, you look at those quartz. Here, let's get a little nice amethyst crystal there. Check that out. Another big piece. I think that is not, that's not peridot there. That may be jade. Man. Another cool piece of amethyst. I saw a penny there, a wheat penny. So what does it say there? I can't. 19. Man, I gotta hold it still. 48, I guess that is 1948. Hard to read on that, but very cool. Another. Look at that quartz set in with, I'm not sure what that matrix is that it's in, but you can see the crystalline structure on it in there. That is very cool. Check that out. Yeah, Paul, that is some, he is a rock hound. He's got some videos that are just out collecting very cool rock samples. Actually, I think some of these look familiar. And that, check out the face of that geo cut there, that pattern. Is that not awesome? I mean, that is natural art right there. Of course, we'll wet all this stuff down. Then we got us an old nickel. That one's 1944. More of that. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's jade or I don't think it's emerald. Now, just because, oh, check that out. Like I said, because the Paydirt's Alaska doesn't necessarily mean all this stuff is, all the inclusions are necessarily from Alaska. These could be from Arizona and all around the country, because he travels quite a ways going back and forth and stops a lot of places. But check that one out with that kind of frosty quartz. That looks like it. That's like the kind of stuff you see inside geodes a lot of time, growing up in it. And then again, that cool. I'm not sure if that's iron, but then we've got our very bright orange yellow. Awesome stuff. Look at that. That's something that broke off of something inside. It's hollow. And you can see where it was mushroomed at the top where the crystal grew. that is very cool just itself. I think we had some more of the quartz. Check that out. Like I say, we're going to have to wet all this stuff down, but that could be an emerald right there. I'm not sure. And we've got more of the Another penny. 1952. And a couple of more beautiful pieces of quartz. All right, well, that is just awesome and beautiful stuff to just for the opening of the bag. Let's as long as we got it out here and I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and run our magnet through and see what we're dealing with amongst all this stuff here. Yeah, you can see we've got us some magnetics in there. And some big ones too. That is some, well, that may actually be real, like lodestone or something. I don't know. But so yeah, we're gonna have a little black hanging in there, picking out our gems. It's gonna be fun. Another cool. Like I said, we'll see this stuff a lot better when we wet it down. So let's set up some water and we will check this out. That's the other thing I've had to be so careful with, you getting used to using that microphone, is if I hook it up and then if I don't turn it on when I start recording, I have no audio at all. or if the unit that plugs into the phone, or if the microphone is run down on power or runs out of power, it'll cut me off and I'll have no audio at all. And then I have to go back and narrate over videos. So I've learned to make sure it's charged and that the little light is on. Well, all right, I have gotten our bigger rocks out of the pan so that we could wet them down and check them out closer. And we'll be going through this stuff with a fine-tooth comb because amongst that, check that out, our little cluster piece there is floating. But I found this in the rocks, and it is the very cool trilobite. And he was up in a spot where they were digging these out. You could go to the site where they were accessible, and you could dig for the day and take out trilobites. And this little thing here, this dates back 521 million years. They came up at the beginning of the Cambrian and made it through the entire epoch into the Paleozoic. They had literally hundreds and hundreds of species, and dominated for. They were the fish of the ancient seas for 300 million years. These things dominated. That's just incredible. That and then they were all lost, I guess, in the Great Dying. But check that out. So thank you so much, Paul. That is an awesome fossil. We'll set it over there next to our man on the rock there. So very cool stuff. Just check out how much color comes out of that stuff when it gets wet. Beautiful. Again, those geodes are just awesome. They said those are cut too. Those aren't just cracked. And then we've got our red. Beautiful. And that layer. There's more of a, that looks like that could be some more of the, oh, come on. There we go. Quartz in there with the, I'm not sure if that's copper ore, but it's a very, very beautiful stone. And then again, that beautiful layering on that quartz. You see those little crystal peaks. Just incredible rock. And then we've got our beautiful quartzes. Said I'm not sure what that is, but it floats. It looks cool. And then again, there's our quartz points. Another little geode, I guess, that was cracked. You can see. Check out the detail of that growing inside there. My hands are wet. Just the structures in these rocks are incredible. Beautiful stuff. We've got another one there, where you can see that layer of the quartz growing out of the rock on top. A nice chunk of mica mixed with the quartz there. I think that's mica. Yeah. Another, I'm not sure what that is, but it's got color in it and some quartz. Looks like some pyrite. Just like I said, every little piece has got little things hidden in it that are so cool. Here's a variety of our yellows and greens. Like I said, I'm not sure what that one is. Actually, I'm not sure what any of these are, other than if they got some quartz in them, but they are beautiful. Oh, look at that. Check that out in the rock there. Like I said, you got to go through everything. That is a beautiful little specimen. Look at that shine. That'd be a cool one to put some polyurethane on and have it on a display to keep it shine like that. Look at the detail that was captured in that. Almost a 500 million years. That's just mind-boggling. That is just too cool. It's about the same. Looks like it's about the same size, a little bit smaller than our other one, but pretty damn close, just a little bit. But yeah, I love those. I grew up wanting to be a paleontologist. Went back to school for it in '95, and yeah, I told y'all before I had a fall and a severe brain injury that tied me up for a year of brain therapy, and still made it through the 2 semesters with 4.0 average, but I was losing it. But check that one out. Very cool. So we've just got an awesome variety of stuff in here. Like I said, you got to check every little piece, because there may be something sticking in and or out of it. So very nice. And there's the last of our. Just make sure no fine gold washed off there. Some of that Alaskan fine gold. I think we're clean on that one, so that's cool. So there's the rest of those and our little crystals and our coins. So yeah, that was a fun start on that. So let's just go ahead and we'll be picking out more stuff as we go here. Oh, and look at the organics. I think we're gonna use a pour off on this one today, just so I can keep an eye on what falls in the water here in the garret. Yeah, all that cool stuff made me forget all about shitty YouTube. On a positive note, I guess you'd say it's cool to me. It's really not a milestone or anything for the channel that they acknowledge, but I was checking the lifetimes, and that's right, I hit 1.1 million um, impressions that go out on those little thumbnails that you see on that prompt you to view. So I've never that's my first million anything on YouTube's in any ways, or in media, social media. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So, and thank you all so much for clicking on those impressions and tuning into the channel. If you have not yet subscribed, I'd appreciate you hitting that subscribe button now. It definitely helps the channel analytics, and I think I'm going to need all the help I can get coming up here, because if I get another, they're saying this is a warning that we've pulled your video. It's a warning. If you do it again, you will get a community. It's not a strike yet. It's a warning. You'll get a community strike, which will ban you from posting or doing videos or anything for a week, and it'll be on you permanently on your channel as a strike. So if I had not gotten them to remove that last false flag bullshit they hit on my channel and pulled my video and then put it back, this would be my strike on my channel now, and I would not be able to do this video this week because I would be blocked for voicing an opinion about something, and not, and based on not just my opinion, but on the facts of them that exist now that we know to be true. And like I said, I don't know if it's because I mentioned that they were basically banning certain procedures now in certain states of certain substances because they have been proven to not be helping. But yeah, it is a direct violation of your First Amendment right to freedom of speech that they're tramping on, because they think, again, that's what gets me is the wording on that. We believe, or we think that your content violates. Well, no, they couldn't specifically tell me other than medical misinformation, but they did not point out a specific point in the video that this, like they'll do on your copyrights, they'll point out and show whatever point has music in it, that is a copyright violation, or we're banned, we're blocking your video because of this music. But they don't do that whenever when they're throwing out that broad net of, oh, we think, we believe, so we're going to censor you. Well, no, you don't censor people on beliefs or on your fucking feelings. You base it on what the standards are. Is it fake news? Is it bullshit? Or is it someone voicing their opinion about something that's going on currently, and reiterating comments that have already been on YouTube. But again, same thing. 3 years ago, 3 years later now, after this is the level that they're still at, trying to keep you suppressed and sedated to the facts of what is still going on and being forced upon you as an American. That's just absurd. Again, by a criminal, corrupt, political system that has taken control of this country. So, but I can do a cheer out for you guys up in Chicago. Congratulations on the removal. Somebody said Beetlejuice 3 times finally, and that freak of nature is finally gone. Now screaming misogyny and racisms because no, murder rate went up 50% per year every year that scumbag was a mayor of that city. So, and it was just so overwhelmingly put at, she was kicked out so overwhelmingly because of, again, a total diversity hire, incompetent criminal, but checked all the boxes. So they were still touting it as, oh, the first, XYZ POC, POS to to be mayor of Chicago. Well, and you see the results of it. Your shithole towns become even a bigger shithole that nobody thought was even possible. So good riddance to that. Like I said, freak of fucking nature, Beetlejuice. I mean, you could just look at that thing and know that something ain't right. Something ain't right on a fundamental level there. But unfortunately, it's just two more pathetic Democrats that'll, I'm sure, be no better when it comes to solving the real problems up there that y'all are dealing with, because they're all going to be looking for their own diversity hires and to pump up their woke bullshit. But you take your victories where you can get them, and I would say that is a victory for Illinois all overall. Not to have that piece of shit representing any part of your state, much less your what used to be your golden city there. But well, check that out. We are down past the past the cool rocks and gems to the shine. Some Prospector Paul gold right there. I'm wondering if this is some Miners Depot gold? Because man, he was up there cleaning out those streams this last summer at the Skookum Gold Camp with old Lisa and Blake from Miners Depot. Awesome people. Again, a company that you should be buying your gold from. It takes them a little while sometimes to get it out, but it is well worth the wait. They're wonderful people. They put out a great product. And I went ahead and I trimmed down my new stem. You can see it looks kind of rough. That even with a razor blade, I didn't get a good clean angle on it. It wasn't the sharpest razor blade, but still, it's that worked a lot better. So all right, well there is our first gold acquisition from Prospector Paul, and like I said, thank you so much, brother. He just sent me a message saying, Bayou, I'd like to give me your address. I'd like to send you something. And man, just again, the generosity of you guys and the community and support for the channel just overwhelms me often. Like I said, I'm just so grateful to all you guys for the support you show, and like I said, the support for the channel, and the goofy guy down here in his backyard in South Louisiana. So all right, well let's go ahead and add us a little more to that. I'm going to work that down a bit so I'm not tempted to say something else that'll get me banned in between. And we'll be right back. All right, I thought we'd do a little experiment here. I've pulled the mic. I just wanted to see how bad the wind would sound in the phone without this mic blocking the wind sound, because it does such an awesome job. But yeah, we're down to some more little gems in the pan. Nope. Closer. Some more green. Some quartz. Looking for those little fossils in there. That looks like it could have something in it. When you see that black, shiny black usually suggests fossils in rock a lot of times. Lots of little crushed quartz pieces in there. So very nice. That's some mottled looking quartz there. Now the wind hasn't been whipping through like it's been doing since I've been out here, so I don't know if it's hitting the camera enough to make a difference or not, but I'll go ahead and put it back, hook it back up in case it is. It's just loaded with that quartz, but it's got kind of a greenish hue to it. All right, well, of course, we have our jet dry in the water today. Keep that stuff from wanting to lift up and float away on us. Wow, man, that is some a nice batch of gold showing up there in the top of that. I'm seeing some nice little chunky pieces there. Very nice. Check out those beauties. There's our heavies hanging at the top. Y'all saw hanging on the magnet. Yep, I've said it since the first time I ever started doing this, that I can't see that ever getting old. Having gold at the top of your pan, no matter how many times you do it. So there we go, another beautiful line of the shine. So we will add this to their little buddies here. Check it out, double check the pan, and we'll be back. Well, we've got us a little variety of stuff showing up in this pan. We've got a coin that we missed the first time through. It's a dime. And I can't see what's the date on that one? 1958. And then we've got some greens. Oh, come on. More of that. Again, I think that's rough peridot. Very nice. Couple more. That's another chunk of the peridot, and I don't know, that's fossil looking. What you doing, sweetie pie? There's my little girl sitting at the porch. What, you want to come in to have some lunch? Huh? You want to come in and have some lunch? I called her feral, but now she's tamed down quite a bit. She's still very skittish, but yeah, she's a little sweetheart. She loves to come in and get the flea, have me use the flea comb on her. I don't like using those topical flea treatments because it'd make my cats, after 3 or 4 times using it, they started, because you have to use it every 30 days, I guess, is apply it 6 weeks. I try to stretch out 6 weeks, and but yeah, they would get groggy and lethargic, and you could tell it was changing their behavior when I'd go to put it on them. they would try to run away as soon as they'd smell it on the first one. I don't know. I could never smell anything on it. I don't know if they act like it burned their skin. It was, they just did not like having that applied to them. And then for the next few hours, like I said, as it would seep into their skin, it seemed to, have an effect on their behavior. That's why I was wondering whenever I lost Irwin like I did, if it could have had any. I mean, I hadn't put any more on him in a while at that point. But that's a shiny little chunk of rock there. But yeah, so I just go through, and because she comes in so regularly, and try to keep the fleas off of her and from getting on mine, and they transfer a couple of them here and there, and I go through and pick them off. But yeah, she sits there and will take it. Will have me do it as long as I will. She likes that flea comb raking her, especially around her cheeks and her face. But yeah, it kind of, like I said, it really bothered me that the way they behave, the way that stuff seemed to affect them. So I've been reluctant to use it anymore. I know if you never want to use any Hearts product. Hearts Mountain is the worst stuff that's ever been put out. They should be outlawed and not allowed to sell any pet products, because there are literally tens of thousands and more of pets that have died from reactions to Heart Mountain products, whether it's the shampoo, the flea shampoo, the flea sprays, any number of things that they put out. It's literally, it's criminal. So yeah, never use anything from Hearts Mountain would be the best pet advice I could give anybody out there. And I still talk to people that have never heard that or don't have any idea about that. We have got us gold in them dar dirts there. Very nice. Then Paul, you set us up, brother. Thank you so much. That is, again, this is just between picking out the gems and the fossils, and got enough heavies in there to make a little. You gotta work it out at the end. Some fine gold in there with those little chunks and flakes, and the whole package. Got the birds out singing. Took about a year after Hurricane Ida for them to start reestablishing, since it took out so many trees and destroyed so much of the area. It really threw them a loop as far as their habitat goes, it seems. But we got them all coming back now. And I think one of the things is the martin box that was the birdhouse that was across next door to me. It got destroyed completely, and there used to be a lot of them that would use that along with the trees. Oh, the poor little guys had a rough time of it from Hurricane Ida, just like the rest of us. But check that out. Oh, come on. Very nice. Beautiful gold. Like I said, we'll collect that. Miss that speck. All gold matters. Thought I saw a little speck shining there, but it looks like we're a piece of mica flashing. All right, let's go ahead and we still got a couple more little pans of these goodies left with stuff in it. Stuff still popping up. So we'll be back shortly. Oh, there we go. Geez, what a chore to get it to zoom in on some gold, but there we have it. A nice little variety. We got a little black sand to rinse out in there, so we will get that cleaned up so that we are pure and dried up, and we'll see what we look like inside. But awesome stuff, man. Well, I am not sure what the hell I did. I don't know if it's because my fingers were wet. I somehow shut off the camera, but yeah, that last shot of the snuffer dump in the pan was the only thing I had from probably about the last 8 minutes or so of finishing off the material that was in the rest of the pan and picking through it and then showing the rocks and stuff we got out of it. And so again, I shut it off somewhere, and luckily I turned it back on to get um, the rest of the snuffer dump in. But as you can see, we have some beautiful Alaska gold there. So I just have no idea. It had to have been something to do with my doing that with my fingers wet on the screen and maybe wiping it off, or I don't know, but I just shut it down completely and restarted it, and again I don't know. But so sorry about that jump. We had a few more little peridot and things that showed up in there, but we'd gotten the cool stuff, the coolest stuff, I should say. Check our weight. Is 20. All right. All right. Well, let's see what I found in there from Mr. Prospector Paul. Wow, 0.588. That is really nice. Thank you, Paul, so much. I went back through the tailings. I did have a couple of little pieces that had made it through, but very nice gold in that. Beautiful stuff. Oh. All right, let's just get a look how how golden this gold is. Beautiful stuff. We got some nice little chunky pieces there. Like I said, it's very clean. And some nice little chunks, some beautiful character on it. We got some little thin pieces. So it was a lot of fun to recover this stuff. And then we have all the awesome inclusions that were in there as well. So again, thank you so much, Paul. That was just outstanding, my friend. And like I said, there will be a link in the description to his channel to check him out, because he's got some neat stuff. And like I said, you can go up there and check out his where he was digging maybe this stuff up in Alaska at the Skookum mine for the Miners Depot, the Skookum camp. And like I said, it has them, shows them up there kind of having the little carnival or a meeting thing party where they're doing competitions, mining competition things, and just really cool stuff of some pretty neat people. It seemed like he was hanging out with up there and having a good time. So just like I said, it's just really a beautiful gold. All right. And yeah, we have to get another look at our goodies here. Some beautiful stuff. Just check out all that peridot. Some of it may be jade. I'm not sure. I wet down our trilobites. Very, very awesome fossil there. There's our mica, our very cool. So I believe that is, it may not be, I believe it's copper ore. I don't know if that's iron ore or staining or what's on the red, but it looks very cool. That beautiful quartz, layered quartz piece there. Our piece with the pyrite in it. Has a very gold look to it, doesn't it? that looks awesome. Then our very cool clusters of quartz crystals there. Our little cap. Again, that's just wild. It's almost like wax. But and then our quartz points. That piece there that's got the shard crystal look to it that's embedded in that. Just beautiful combination of look how silver that rock looks with that piece coming out of it there. Just an awesome. I mean, it's small, but it is beautiful. Same thing with that one. That yellow, bright yellow. Then like I said, I'm not sure if that's aquamarine, but it is beautiful. And our amethyst crystals. And then we've got our coins. There are other cool little rocks. So are those beautiful geodes that are cut with that awesome pattern. That's just gorgeous. So just beautiful stuff. Again, thank you so much, Paul, for just an awesome bag of great stuff. it was a blast, my friend. Well, all right. I guess that will wrap up this Friday night premiere of our beautiful and awesome prospector Paul Paydirt. Again, thank you so much, my friend. It made for a wonderful video to do, and I really enjoyed it. And said I'll be getting something out to you. I got a long list, but I will be getting something out to you and everybody that I got on the list eventually. And again, thank you so much. So hopefully we'll be broadcasting this. They won't get me for something else on this video, as like I said, go after YouTube to try to get my other one back and keep off a strike. So one of the things that got lost in those clips, though, that I did something with, was my shout out and thank you to John R. Prospecting for his video he did last week on the Halloween Blood Bayou Nightmare bottle that he had won on the channel there at Halloween, and he did a great job on it. It was a tough pay dirt to get through. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. If you're not familiar or subscribed to John R. Prospecting, you need to go over there and check him out if you would, and see him battling some tough dirt. And he did it, like I say, he did a really good job, and some pretty fine gold and some tough material. And I was really amazed at how many inclusions that ended up in that little bottle. I mean, I put it together, but I didn't remember it. It seemed like a lot that he got out of that little bottle. So that was cool to watch. I really enjoyed that. So thank you so much, John R. Prospecting. And yeah. And again, congratulations to you guys in Chicago. I can't stress that enough. That we've got, that Beetlejuice is gone. Another proud record that it can carry off with it is the first mayor in 40 years to lose, and was the incumbent. So yeah, that's another distinction that said, yeah, enough of your diversity woke bullshit for even in Chicago, of the blue states central. But like I said, we take our victories where we can get them, and that's definitely a victory for y'all. So, like I said, unfortunately, You're probably not going to get much better in its place, but you know, roll the dice and see. So, all right. Till the next time, I thank you all once again for watching, subscribing, hitting that like button, being in the live chats for the shows, supporting the channel. It was at 700. YouTube pulled it back down to 695. So I don't know, it may be back up to 7 by the end, but thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And for the 1.1 million impressions, they wouldn't send them out if you guys weren't clicking on and watching them. So again, it's all greatly appreciated, and I'm very humbled and thankful for you guys. So till the next time, this is Bayou Gold Guy saying take care of each other and peace out, my friends.